there, friend. Welcome to Start Early Today, your daily dose of mindfulness and positivity. How have you been? Hope you're doing well wherever you may be. Hope you're finding time for self-care and making use of your precious currency, which is your expenditure of time. So these podcasts are really advantageous, wherein you can learn as you do other things like household chores or just taking a walk. So let me be your companion as we study together this thing called life. For now, we're diving into a course in miracles. We're down to lesson 9. I see nothing as it is now. This idea obviously follows from the two preceding ones, but while you may be able to accept it intellectually, it is unlikely that it will mean anything to you as yet. However, understanding is not necessary at this point. In fact, the recognition that you do not understand is a prerequisite for undoing your false ideas. These exercises are concerned with practice, not with understanding. You do not need to practice what you already understand. It would indeed be circular to aim at understanding and assume that you already have it. It is difficult for the untrained mind to believe that what it seems to picture is not there. This idea can be quite disturbing and may meet with active resistance in any number of forms. Yet that does not preclude applying it. No more than that is required for these or any other exercises. Each small step will clear a little of the darkness away, and understanding will finally come to lighten every corner of the mind that has been cleared of the debris that darkens it. These exercises, for which 3 or 4 practice periods are sufficient, involve looking about you and applying the idea for the day to whatever you see, remembering the need for its indiscriminative application and the essential rule of excluding nothing. For example, I do not see this typewriter as it is now. I do not see this telephone as it is now. I do not see this arm as it is now. Begin with things that are nearest to you and then extend the range outward. I do not see that coat rack as it is now. I do not see that door as it is now. I do not see that face as it is now. Yeah, these lessons in miracles I find really radical in a sense because the phrases are really simple and it really makes you step back and it makes you see how the mind works. It automatically presents to you the limitations of our minds. In just the phrase, I see nothing as it is now, it automatically brings us to the present and gives space for what really is to arise, for truth to arise. So in our silent meditation or in your mindfulness practice, which can be turned on any time of day, even in the middle of an activity, you can turn on your mindful mode, if I may say. Mindfulness practice does not end in your meditation cushion or in the yoga mat. Make it your way of being as you set the tone and context and direction of your day with your morning practice. A good one is Savers by Hal Elrod. I was just listening to an episode by the podcast of Danny Miranda, Danny Miranda, and the guest is Hal Elrod. The book Miracle Morning. It goes along with what we're studying now, which is the Course in Miracles. He has a book called The Miracle Morning, and it is made up of 5 practices, which is laid out in the acronym SAVERS. S for silence, A for affirmation, V for visualization, E for exercise, R for reading, and S for scribing. Oh, that's 6. Those are 6 very powerful tools which you can practice even for 6 minutes. He has a version wherein you can practice each one for only a minute at a time. So all you need is 6 minutes. So in 6 minutes, you can totally do your silence, 1 minute of silence, 1 minute of affirmation, 1 minute of visualization, 1 minute of exercise. It can just be a quick jumping jack or a standing jog or a lot of push-ups, as many as you can do. And 1 minute of reading, that can be a page. And scribing, you can journal and write for a minute. So really, if you make your practice time bound, you'll surprise yourself on what you can accomplish. Now going back to I see nothing as it is now. So know the limitations of the mind, creating space between stimulus and response, not automatically giving into the invitation to react. So focus more on responding. Give it a lot of pause and give it a lot of space before you utter words, construct your sentences. Sometimes we're too much in the mind, we're too focused, and we cannot be disturbed, and we end up uttering words that are selfish or that might hurt others, that might not be incongruent with your highest purpose. Always think of the highest possible version of yourself that you can be, which contains the wholeness of life, not only the benefit or the pleasure of your ego. So lesson number 9 really helps us to achieve this. I see nothing as it is now, because behind each thing is a whole reality that reveals itself when observed in silence, or when observed with a mindset of understanding. Keep a growth mindset. Check out the book of Carol P. Dweck called Growth Mindset. Another helpful one too. Nothing is ever fixed. Nothing is ever solid. Everything's moving. Your cells are constantly rebirthing themselves. Your thoughts are constantly moving. If you just make a habit of sitting still and observing and watching them, you do not need to ride each and every train that passes by. You just watch the train, sit on the bench, and practice train spotting or bird watching, okay? And observe the mind, become the silent watcher. So our practice for today, lesson number 9, is I do not see this typewriter as it is now. You don't see anything for what it is, okay? Its meaning shall be revealed to you as you go deeper into it, as you offer your deep listening to it and drop into the heart and go to the deeper meaning instead of its superficial impression. So going deep into things, creating that space, making a habit of stepping back, untensing the body. How are you handling your physical body? Did you do a physical exercise? Did you raise the heart rate up through cardiovascular movement? Did you make time to twist, bend, reach, and stretch? There's no limitation to what you can be. You can grow younger and younger as time goes by. Create this reality within you through your imagination, and it can be awakened through inspired action. Another important thing and insight that came across my mind is the how is also of importance. because we can do these affirmations and beliefs and subconscious printing, impregnating the subconscious with auto-suggestion, with positive words, positive phrases. But in your deepest core, you function here in reality. And if the gap is so big, the thing that can close that gap is yourself and your choices and your actions. So take responsibility in designing on how you're gonna close that gap. Because some say delusion land is good and miracles happen. There's a space for that, and there's also a space for going for what you think you can do, the most practical action you can do, or the 1% that will move the needle towards the achievement of your goal. Okay, so what is it gonna be for you? Let's paint that picture. If you need guidance, I have opened up my one-on-one coaching service at startearlytoday.com. We can find I can be your guide in uncovering what is truly hidden inside you. I'm not gonna be here to cheer you on and support you in a delusional way. I'm here to be your creative eyes in opening up paths that are already there, but you just need another point of view to be presented to you. So this is new to me as well, and if you're interested, go to startearlytoday.com and book a free discovery call, and let's discover what's hidden inside you, because life is meant to be lived as a daring adventure, and your uniqueness should shine and should add to the creativity of the world. It should add to the vibrancy and strength, to the betterment of yourself and everybody around you, and your lifestyle, which includes income. Okay, we're gonna raise that awareness. We're gonna shine a light on the things that you're avoiding to look at. Maybe just an invitation to shine a light on that, little by little. We're gonna shine a light on your physical wellness as well, and your creative journey. Okay, and it's best to start early. That's why that's the name of this podcast and the website. It's called startearlytoday.com. It's best to optimize, to know, to get clear on where you are and where you're going, and forge that path and get specific on the things that you're gonna do and when. We're gonna do some SMART goals, which are very effective as well. We're gonna make your actions specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Time-bound is the most effective one. Like what we talked about in the practice savers, you can crunch them in 6 minutes. And I also talk about you can center yourself in 1 minute. You can heal and solve anything and everything in 1 minute, with 1 minute of prayer. If you're not too spiritual, do a body scan. It's just getting to know how the mind works, and that you have the power to point and direct your attention to anything. Okay? That you can break patterns. I have broken the curse and the pattern of being an alcoholic. I used to drink a whole lot of whiskey. Oh, what romance we did have. The whiskey, it felt so good on the throat, and I would travel. Me and my partner would travel, and we would drink whiskey. We would have fun with friends. It served its purpose. It was joyful for a time. Oh, I would say it was elating or titillating. It's a cheap thrill because I don't want to use and degrade the word joy, because joy is even bigger than happiness. Joy for me is unconditional. The joy that you feel within is thankfulness and life itself. Life is joy. So I have come to realize this and grew to a person who's enslaved by a habit, which is drinking. That was 2015, wherein I quit drinking alcohol. And it's just taking charge. It's taking charge, becoming specific. The specific thing is I have control of the one that holds the bottle, and I have control of my hand which puts the glass in the mouth. It's that simple. If you do this, you're gonna have the same result. So things are changeable, for the better. Things can be designed. A new life can be created for you. Only if you do and commit and dedicate. And it doesn't need to be drastic. It doesn't need to be a whole lot of suffering. It's just one step at a time, one act at a time. Jordan Peterson said he had a client who was really scared of riding elevators, and they took it step by step. They started by imagining an elevator, or how far can you stand without being frantic in front of an elevator. 50 feet, 5 feet, okay, 2 inches. So being specific on what's blocking you for becoming your ultimate self, really identifying what's preventing you from becoming the fullest person that you can be, the strongest. First up is to get yourself together physically, get your room intact. So that's it for today, my friend. If you want to go deeper, go to startearlytoday.com. Thank you for spending time. Shout out to Charlene Derrick. Thank you for enjoying this podcast, and hope you share it with people you love. Okay? That's it for today, my friends. You got this. No options. Okay? You're gonna succeed. Namaste.